Hi, I'm Kaz from Storm Stamping. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator from the UK. Today's card is from one of my favourite stamp sets, Petal Palette, which is on page 119 of the annual catalogue. It's a two-part set which also has the coordinating thinlits. If you don't have a copy of our catalogue, if you pop over to my website at www.stormstamping.co.uk, leave me a message and I'll send one out to you. Right, so for today's card, you're going to need one piece of very vanilla cardstock, 8 1/4 by 5 7/8, which is scored and folded at 4 1/8. Don't worry about writing all these measurements down because they'll be over on my blog. You also need 2 pieces of coloured cardstock. This one I'm using Cherry Cobbler, and they need to be 5 5/8 by 3 7/8. One piece of very vanilla cardstock, 5 3/8 by 3 5/8. One piece of very vanilla cardstock, 4 by 3. One piece of coloured cardstock, 4 by 3 inches. 4 by 1 inch. And one piece of very vanilla, 3 1/4 by 1. And then a very vanilla envelope. So we're going to start by doing all our stamping. So on our piece of very vanilla cardstock, 5 3/8 by 3 5/8, we're going to stamp our small flower, I don't know if you can see that, in Cherry Cobbler ink. And we're going to stamp that down in this corner, in the right hand corner. There you go. Now we're going to use our sentiment, which is the best wishes, if you can see that, onto our piece of very vanilla, 3 1/4 by 1. And you need to get that sort of central because we're going to cut it out. Then on our piece of 4 by 3, very vanilla, we're going to use Memento Black, and we are going to stamp out our rose. Then if you just clean your rose stamp up, because on the front of our envelope we're going to use the rose again. Let's cover that up. We're going to stamp it in our Cherry Cobbler on the front of our envelope, so at the bottom left hand corner. And on the back of our envelope, on the flap, we're going to use our little flower again and just stamp that one in the centre. Right. Next we're going to colour in our rose with our Stampin' Blends. For this I have my Cherry Cobbler, dark and light, and my Old Olive, dark and light. Now I like to colour first in the light, so I'm going to colour the roses in the light. And then what I like to do is go over with the dark on some of the bits to add a little bit more depth. So maybe in the centre of the flower there and some of the outer petals. And then go back over again with my light one, just to blend it all in. So you can see that it's got some depth to it. I've actually coloured my rose in already, so you don't have to sit here and watch me colour the whole bit. So there's my rose, which I've cut out already with the coordinating thin lip. Then our sentiment we're going to cut out using this little one here, which I've already done. And then our old olive bit, we're going to use our trellis type and cut that one out. But I have already done all my cutting out with a big shot off camera because it's quite big and heavy to keep lifting around. So those are our bits that we needed to cut out with a big shot. Now we can assemble our cards. So we're going to take a piece of Very Vanilla and one of our pieces of colour cardstock 5 5/8 by 3 7/8, and we're going to layer those with our liquid glue. Like that. And I'm going to line this up like so. That. And then if we put some glue on the back of that one as well. And we can fix that to the inside of our card. Okay, and there's the inside all done. Right, so now we're going to go to do our outside. So we want our other piece of coloured cardstock. This is cherry cobbler, and we're going to just glue that in and fix that onto the front of our card. I love cherry cobbler. Right, now we want to put our rose on. So what we're going to use for this is our dimensionals. So if we stick dimensionals on the back, oops. And I tend to like to use a few, especially one in the middle, just so that it doesn't bend if you send it through the post. So let's peel the backs off of those, give it a little push with our poker tool and peel it off. Fiddly things, but so useful. Right, okay. So we're going to stick our rose near the top on the left hand side, like so. Now we're going to use some more glue and fix our sentiment to a little bit of trellis. Let's pop that out of the way for a minute. You can see what I'm doing. So yeah, stick this, centre it, leaving a little bit of the top showing, just like that. Right, and then using our dimensionals again, fix into the back there, so it just gives a little bit of lift. those again. And then we're going to stick that at the bottom here in the middle. Like so. Now, to finish off the card, I've got some of these basic adhesive backed sequins. So I'm going to take 3 of those and just put them in the top right hand corner. Like so. And finally, with our Winker Stella, we're just going to go over the rose to give it a little shimmer. It makes the flower pop out a little bit more. And there we go. I don't know if you'll be able to see that on camera, but it's got a little bit of sparkle to it. I hope you enjoyed this project and thank you for watching. As I say, if you pop over to my blog at www.stormstamping.co.uk, all the instructions are over there and everything you need to buy can be bought on my shop. Thank you. Happy crafting.